She's spilling water on me? Again? Marcus thought, confusion and irritation flashing through him. The cafe fell silent for a heartbeat. Patrons stared. But it wasn't just water. Something in her smirk whispered danger. That splash, that careless act, saved him from a deadly plan no one else could see. The irony struck him like a jolt. Hatred, ignorance, and prejudice had become his lifeline. This is the story of racist waitress threw water on black billionaire, unknowingly saving him from a deadly trap. If this shocked you, comment your city below. It was an ordinary Thursday afternoon. Marcus Ellison, a self-made billionaire known for his sharp mind and quiet generosity, had slipped away from his boardroom battles for a brief lunch break. Despite his wealth, he had a simple routine. A small, cozy cafe near his office where the baristas knew him by name, and the coffee smelled of roasted comfort rather than ambition. Marcus always enjoyed blending into ordinary spaces, a quiet respite from the world that often saw him only as a title, a number, a target. He greeted the receptionist with a polite nod. He settled into his favorite corner seat, scanning the menu with a faint smile. Outside, the city buzzed with the familiar chaos, the honking, the hurried footsteps, but inside there was warmth, normalcy, and a comforting hum of life. Marcus's mind wandered briefly to the contracts awaiting his signature. Still, for this lunch, he allowed himself a moment of peace. Yet, even in this ordinary scene, subtle signals whispered of tension. The new waitress, tall and brisk, moved, with a sharpness that cut through the cafe's calm. Her eyes lingered on him just a little too long, a flicker of something he couldn't name, something off. Marcus shook his head. Paranoia was perhaps a byproduct of years of navigating the corporate world. As she approached, tray in hand, Marcus noticed the slight smirk, a quiet edge to her movements. He brushed it off. Lunch was meant to be simple, a pause in the day. But little did he know that this ordinary lunch would spiral into a collision of fear, danger, and survival. This encounter would force him to confront the cruelty hiding behind a casual smile. In the next hour, what seemed like a small act of disrespect would transform into a lifeline, saving him from a meticulously planned trap that could have ended everything. The waitress, her tone sharp and dismissive, spilled water across Marcus's pristine suit with barely a glance of apology. The cafe fell silent momentarily. A few patrons turned, startled by the sudden splash. Marcus's first instinct was surprise, then irritation. But as he looked up, he caught the faint smirk lingering on her lips. Something was different. Something was deliberate. At first, he tried to brush it off as a rude mistake, the everyday indignity of being visibly wealthy in a world quick to judge. Yet, as the minutes passed, the edge in her movements became unmistakable. She lingered by his table, occasionally glancing at the cup of water he had ordered, as if timing mattered. Marcus felt a chill run down his spine, an instinct honed from years of navigating both boardrooms and danger. Something was wrong. He remembered the last time he had been this careful. Years ago, a corporate rival had tried to manipulate a deal that could have bankrupted him overnight. Marcus's gut told him this was more than a careless gesture. He discreetly observed the waitress, noting her subtle signals, her deliberate motions. Each time she reached for his glass, his pulse quickened. Suddenly, Marcus noticed the faint glint of liquid pouring from an unseen bottle into his water while no one was looking. The realization hit him like a thunderclap. This wasn't just a rude act. Someone had planned this. Poison. He recalled the recent whispers at a high-stakes business meeting. Competitors desperate, envious, and willing to cross any line. Adrenaline surged. He had to act carefully. Any sudden movement could trigger suspicion or confrontation. The waitress continued her rude dance, oblivious to the danger she had unintentionally prevented. Marcus's mind raced, calculating, weighing options. how to stay calm, safe, and survive. Then came the final, almost cinematic moment. She leaned over, mock apologetic, and tapped his shoulder. That tap, so casual and unassuming, was the moment. He realized the gravity of what had been avoided. The water, the act, the cafe became a tense, sharp-edged puzzle. Marcus swallowed the remaining liquid as the pieces clicked together, pretending nothing had happened. Marcus's heart pounded. In a rhythm that echoed the danger he had narrowly avoided, he stared at the empty glass, realizing that a single sip moments ago could have ended him. The waitress had thrown water out of disdain, but her careless act had saved his life. It was irony carved in sharp lines, hatred inadvertently becoming protection. Fear mixed with disbelief as he processed the plan that had nearly claimed him. His instinct screamed, identify the orchestrators, expose them, survive. He remembered the rivals, the threats, the whispers behind closed doors. Every detail, every conversation that had seemed trivial, now formed a map of treachery. Yet even in that tense moment, there was a strange, unspoken, and complex gratitude. He looked at the waitress, oblivious to her role as an accidental savior, and realized how fragile life could be for the first time, and how little control humans truly had over another's intentions. Marcus rose from his seat, calm but vigilant, a plan forming in his mind. The world was cruel, but fate had tilted in his favor today. One wrong move, one sip, and it would have been over. He felt a surge of resolve. He would confront those who had plotted against him and honor the twist of fate that had given him another chance. Dear audience, where are you watching from? Drop your city name in the comments. By the end of the day, Marcus had taken decisive steps. He informed his security team, traced the source of the plot, and ensured that justice would be served discreetly but firmly. The waitress remained unaware of her critical role. To her, it had been a minor act of rudeness, an inconsequential splash. It had been salvation to Marcus, a life saved by a moment of human imperfection. The incident left a lingering impact, far beyond the near-death experience. It reminded him, painfully and vividly, of the dangers hidden beneath everyday life and the unpredictable ways human actions intertwine. In a world where racism and prejudice fester, even casual disdain can mask deeper currents, and even small acts can become life-saving in the most unexpected ways. Reflecting on it, Marcus realized how intertwined luck, fate, and human bias were. A careless, hateful act had saved him from a meticulously planned death. He felt gratitude, reflection, and an unshakable determination to use his position to prevent injustices, protect lives, and expose the dangers lurking behind facades of normalcy. This was more than one billionaire's story. It was a cautionary tale, a reminder that appearances deceive, and justice often arrives in strange forms. It raised questions about power, prejudice, and the unexpected heroes hiding in plain sight. How many lives hang by such fragile threads, shaped by cruelty and chance? Marcus knew one thing: every life mattered, and today he had been given a second chance to prove it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.